Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge, etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 10 July, a journey through time of 10 July 2025, Thursday. Today, 10 July highlight in history. 1645. English Civil War. The Battle of Langport takes place. 1668 Anglo-Spanish War from 1654 to 1671. Notable buccaneer Henry Morgan with an English privateer force lands at Portobello in an attempt to capture the fortified and lucrative Spanish city. 1778 American Revolution. Louis XVI of France declares war on the Kingdom of Great Britain. 1789 Alexander Mackenzie reaches the Mackenzie River Delta. 1806. The Vellore Mutiny is the first instance of mutiny by Indian sepoys against the British East India Company. 1832. US President Andrew Jackson vetoes a bill that would recharter the Second Bank of the United States. 1850. US President Millard Fillmore is sworn in a day after becoming president upon Zachary Taylor's death. 1877, the then villa of Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, formally receives the city charter from the Royal Crown of Spain. 1882, War of the Pacific. Chile suffers its last military defeat in the Battle of the La Concepcion with a garrison of 77 men annihilated by a 1,300 strong Peruvian force, many of them armed with spears. 1883 War of the Pacific. Chileans led by Alejandro Gorostiaga defeats Andres Avelino Caceres' Peruvian army at the Battle of Huamachuco, hastening the ending of the war. 1890 Wyoming is admitted as the 44th US state. 1920 Arthur Meighen becomes Prime Minister of Canada. 1921 Belfast's Bloody Sunday occurs with 20 killings, at least 100 wounded, and 200 homes destroyed during rioting and gun battles in Belfast, Northern Ireland. 1924 Paavo Nurmi wins the 1,500-meter and 5,000-meter events at the Paris Olympics with just an hour between the two races. 1925 Scopes Trial. In Dayton, Tennessee, the so-called monkey trial begins of Joe T. Scopes, a young high school science teacher accused of teaching evolution in violation of the Butler Act. 1927. Kevin O'Higgins, TD, Vice President of the Executive Council of the Irish Free State, is assassinated by the IRA. 1938. Howard Hughes begins a 91-hour airplane flight around the world that will set a new record. 1940 World War II. The Vichy government is established in France. 1940 World War II. 6 days before Adolf Hitler issues his Directive 16 to the combined Wehrmacht armed forces for Operation Sea Lion, the Kanalkampf shipping attacks begin against British maritime convoys in the lead up to initiating the Battle of Britain. 1941 Jedwabne pogrom. Massacre of Polish Jews living in and near the village of Jedwabne. 1942 World War II. An American pilot spots a downed intact Mitsubishi A6M0 on the Akutan Zero, which the US Navy then uses to learn the aircraft's flight characteristics. 1943 World War II. Operation Husky begins in Sicily. 1947 Muhammad Ali Jinnah is recommended as the first Governor General of Pakistan by the British Prime Minister Clement Attlee. 1951 Korean War. Armistice negotiations begin at Kaesong. 1962, Telstar, the world's first communications satellite, is launched into orbit. 1966, the Chicago Freedom Movement, co-founded by Martin Luther King Jr., holds a rally at Soldier Field in Chicago. As many as 60,000 people attend. 1973, the Bahamas gains full independence within the Commonwealth of Nations. 1974, an Egypt Air Tupolev Tu-154 stalls and crashes at Cairo International Airport, killing all six people on board. 1976, four mercenaries, one American and three British, are executed in Angola following the Luanda trial. 1978, President Mokhtar Ould Daddah of Mauritania is ousted in a bloodless coup d'état. 1985, the Greenpeace vessel Rainbow Warrior is bombed and sunk in Auckland Harbour by French DGSC agents, killing Fernando Pereira. 1985, the Aeroflot Tupolev Tu-154 stalls and crashes near Uchkuduk, Uzbekistan, then part of the Soviet Union, killing all 200 people on board in the USSR's worst ever airline disaster. 1991, the South African cricket team is readmitted into the International Cricket Council following the end of the apartheid. 1991, Boris Yeltsin takes office as the first elected president of Russia. 1991, a Beechcraft model crashes near Birmingham Municipal Airport, now Birmingham Shuttlesworth International Airport in Birmingham, Alabama, killing 13 of the 15 people on board. 1992, in Miami, former Panamanian leader Manuel Noriega is sentenced to 40 years in prison for drug and racketeering violations. 1995, Burmese politician Aung San Suu Kyi is released from house arrest. 1995, the NIOSH air filtration ratings update with the new enactment of 42 CFR 84 previously published in the Federal Register. The new regulation includes rules and governing the new N95 respirator standard. 1997, in London, scientists report the findings of the DNA analysis of a Neanderthal skeleton which supports the out of the Africa theory of human evolution, placing an African Eve at 1 lakh to 2 lakh years ago. 1997, Miguel Angel Blanco is a member of the Partido Popular in Spain is kidnapped and later murdered in the Basque city of Ermua by ETA members, sparking widespread protests. 1998, Catholic Church sexual abuse cases. The Diocese of Dallas agrees to pay $23.4 million to nine former altar boys who claim they were sexually abused by Rudolph Post, a former priest. 1999, in Women's Association football, the United States defeats China in a penalty shootout at the Rose Bowl near Los Angeles to win the final match of 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup. Watched by 90,185 spectators, the final sets a new record for attendance at a women's sporting event. 2000. EADS, the world's second largest aerospace group, is formed by the merger of Aerospatiale Matra (DASA) and the CASA. 2000, Bashar al-Assad succeeds his father Hafez al-Assad as president of Syria. 2002, The Massacre of the Innocents, a painting by Peter Paul Rubens, is sold at a Sotheby's auction for £49.5 million, which is $76.2 million to Lord Thompson. 2006, a Pakistan International Airlines Fokker F-27 Friendship crashes near Multan International Airport, killing all 45 people on board. 2007, Erdin Iraq begins the first solo human-powered circumnavigation of the world. 2008, former Macedonian Interior Minister Zhube Boskowski is acquitted of all war crimes charges by a United Nations tribunal. 2011, Russian cruise ship Bulgaria sinks in the Volga River near Syukevo, Tatarstan, causing 122 deaths. 2011, amid widespread backlash of revelations of phone hacking, the British weekly tabloid newspaper News of the World publishes its final issue and shuts down after nearly 168 years of print. 2012, the Episcopal Church USA allows same sex marriage. 2016, Portugal defeats France in the UEFA Euro 2016 final to win their first European title. 2007, Iraqi civil war. Mosul is declared fully liberated from the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant by the government of Iraq. 2018, Sam Luang cave rescue. A group of Thai school children and their football coach are all rescued from a cave after being stuck there for 18 days. One Thai Navy SEAL diver dies during the rescue mission. 2019, the final Volkswagen Beetle rolls off the line in Puebla, Mexico. The last of 5,961 special edition cars will be exhibited in a museum. Your daily dose of wisdom ends here, but the journey never stops. Thank you very much for your patience. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.